I had to hit the 4-person button, dude. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Not the 3-person button. And then there's also one other thing I realized I gotta do real quick. I have to move this fucking belt and make it where it's not here. Horse shit.
Go ahead and give Vacant that title too.
Yeah.
True. Vacant's
It is actually because Adam's not over here.
Vacant's on a fucking streak this week, boys. I'm sure we'll get to that a little later.
The belt collect.
How you boys doing?
Fantastic.
Pretty good.
Good.
Fresh back in the studio. No longer live in person. No longer in Chicago, except for AJ. He's still there. Fun trip. I'm sure that'll be a good portion of what we talk about. Joey, what episode is it?
Fucking 40. Oh, 39. Yeah. 39. My God.
39 it is.
Hell yeah.
It only took you 2
Almost
tries,
your age,
but
Joey.
you got it.
Yeah.
We're still a ways away from there. What's it? I mean, might get there next year, in the 70s or so. But yeah, anything cool happened in wrestling this week? I don't know, guys. Anything?
Not really.
Anything crazy
No,
happen? Anything?
No.
Just another run of the mill week.
Pretty much.
Nothing new.
Another boring
Yeah,
old
just-
week.
We just had All Out, and then what we're calling Brawl Out.
Oh, I like that.
That's really it. So
I
that's really
like
it.
that. I don't. Who came up with that? Is that something you've seen somewhere?
Fightful said
Okay,
it.
I like it.
They said it in one of their latest newsletters on everything from that.
Shout out Fightful. That was actually a pretty good line. I like that one. But yeah, we had All Out. That was a lot of fun. We had I'm gonna say the road trip didn't seem that bad.
Nah.
I've been recovering for it for 2 days, but in the process of doing it, didn't seem that bad.
It didn't seem like an 8-hour drive.
It did not. Either way,
No.
both up and down. Either way, it did not seem like an 8-hour drive. I've had trips to Nashville that's about 3.5 hours that felt like they were way longer than what we did. So,
Right.
I like that you didn't have me and Adam.
Fuck
Yeah.
up.
Uh.
They probably didn't even want your ass in the car.
Probably not.
salty chicken strip himself, Dustin. AJ, has anybody told you what the chicken strips is?
I'm guessing when you guys went to Portillo's and y'all ordered like burgers and meat, and he ordered chicken like a bitch.
Yeah,
And it took forever to cook the chicken.
It did.
Exactly
That
what
is
it
100% accurate. Adam ordered just Italian beef. Me and Joey each got the beef and sausage.
Joe got
Yeah,
the double
you
beef.
did, you fucks.
We got the beef and sausage, and then Dustin ordered fucking chicken strips, and the rest of us were done eating by the time he got his fucking food. Yeah, and then he sat down with chicken strips, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing? We're at Portillo's, and you're gonna get chicken strips? Like you could have." The thing is we go up to the menu, and he's like, "Oh, haha, look, chili dog." Even that would have been better than getting chicken strips at Portillo's. Dude.
You get chicken strips anyway. They look like the jumbo popcorn chicken you get at Sonic. That's what it look like.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, I'll get the chocolate cake.
Joe got
too.
that cock meat.
we did not get any of the chocolate cake.
You dumbasses.
We did not.
It was full.
Yeah.
So
Did not get the.
you
chocolate.
take the slices to go, you
I
dumbass.
mean, that's a good point. Probably should think. Hey, next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know better for next time.
Shit, there ain't gonna be no next year.
That's what I'm fully expecting. Like when we start playing it, AJ's like, "Hey guys, sorry, we can't do this."
He's like, you brought that motherfucker in my house?
Yeah. That's why I was very adamant to make sure that I had to go back in for. Oh, when I went back in to get the promos that AJ gave me, I walked, but because AJ's house has a very weird layout of like stairs and just weird. And I was walking up the stairs to go out the side door, and I seen Paige. I was like, "Hey, thank you for letting us stay here. I was like, make sure you know that at least one of us is grateful that you let us stay here, because you very easily could have told us to fuck off."
We all told AJ to tell her for us.
Yeah, no, I wanted him to tell her, and then I told AJ thank you. So
It's like, just don't bring Joey next time.
well, she said, "Don't bring Dustin next time."
Yeah, probably alright. I'll just send AJ money for you to bring me up something.
But yeah, also Mac did bring it up today. Hey, I'm real sad
Yeah,
you
he
guys can
did.
bring my stuff back. like, man, sorry about it. Yeah.
The thing is, those boxes were bigger than my suitcase.
True. Those boxes are bigger than my 3 suitcases I brought.
Diva.
Over one suitcase
Princess
with fucking
Jam.
recording equipment. Okay.
But you still brought 2 for your stuff.
No, I said over one. One of my bags had recording equipment and stuff in it, and then one bag had clothes in it.
I had another bag with shoes.
I did not. I did not at all. Probably should have though. But yeah, so like I said, we went to Chicago. We got to see All Out in person. We did not, unfortunately. Should have went backstage. They just should have got us backstage passes, dude.
I don't like you guys that much.
Wow, dude.
True.
I mean, yeah, true. I mean, look, we got Dustin with us. I mean, what do you expect?
I mean, if I took you backstage, one of y'all gonna get punched in the mouth.
Joey?
Joey, yeah.
Oh, it's likely. 1,000% it's gonna be Joey. And it's gonna be by Nyla.
True. True. But yeah, we're coming off of our live in-person episode that we did where apparently I kind of did a little rewatch. Audio wasn't the greatest, but we had to work with what we got because AJ's table was too fucking big for mounts, like the little desk clips that go for them. So we had to hold them and realize that AJ was holding his way too far, and then I was apparently holding mine wrong because I thought it had a top speaker. Apparently it didn't. It was still a
Just hold it like a flute.
still a side speaker only microphone. So everybody else sounded fantastic from the little watch back that I did.
He's holding it like he was the Green Ranger.
No, dude, I actually held it like that's what I told Joey after. I held it more like Kevin Nash because I had just the little 2 fingers on it. That's how I held mine most of the time. But I like how now Joey knows after being at AJ's house, he knows what the Green Ranger is. That's pretty cool.
I watched Power Rangers, the original one. You know,
How old were you? Because
older than I cared to admit.
28.
Yeah, because I watched the
28.
original Power Rangers when I was a kid as well.
I wasn't a kid, but I still watched it anyway. So.
Yeah, you're 28
I was.
in college.
35.
Hey,
I was 19, 20 probably.
no, you weren't.
guess, I
The
don't know.
original Power Rangers came out early 90s.
92.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing it until at least 95. I remember where I lived when I watched it.
Okay.
Of course.
Was it in the box?
But also,
Truth comes out.
Also, no, you're not going to get any, at least not from me, you're not going to get any, hey, I'm older and I like Power Rangers shame from me because I watched Power Rangers for a very long time. And I still occasionally will turn it on. I mean, I also have an 8-year-old kid, so, who also loves Power Rangers. So, but I watched Power Rangers very well into my teens, I'd probably say, because it was fucking awesome.
The first original series.
No. There's a
Joey's like,
I got better.
oh,
Joey's like, I'm
there's some-
62 and I still watch Power Rangers.
There's some seasons there are some seasons later that are very, very good seasons.
Well, I did watch He-Man because I grew up with He-Man. That was like my shit when I was like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
And
but
I did
we're
watch the
talking
He-Man
20s.
animated series on Netflix. So
You watched the He-Man radio show.
No, that was he was listening to the Grey Ghost
yeah,
when he was 50.
But yeah, so what'd you guys think of All Out?
the best wrestling show I've ever seen in person.
In person, okay.
Yeah, the best matches. Very good.
What the fuck is
Fuck Sting.
wrong with your TV?
Who,
No, I
mine?
think that was his camera.
I don't know if that was your camera or your TV one just freaked the fuck out. Like somebody just had a seizure.
I don't know.
Dustin, I'm sorry, what would you say?
I said fuck Sting, you know. As he was walking up, looking at him, I gave him the double birds, bro.
That's literally everything that happened at All Out, and the one thing you come away with is fuck scene.
Yeah. He
All
tossed
right.
me the shit, man.
Okay. AJ?
You're not allowed to go back. No, it was a good show. Really good. The Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory pretty much stole the show, and they're gonna run it back for
Yeah.
Grand Slam too.
That is one of the most. I haven't went back and did a rewatch yet. I want to.
Speaking of, I'm gonna get that now. Go ahead.
Hey, don't say that on something that we're putting out to the public. You need another fucking letter.
I'm gonna buy it. I'm buying it right now.
Okay. Understand.
Come on.
Get your debit card.
Bleacher Report. That's where you gotta go, Joey.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I'm at. BleachReport.com.gov.
Yeah, that was unexpected. As I've come to like the Acclaimed a lot. When I first seen the Acclaimed, I was like, I don't care. It just seemed, okay, another rapper, another knockoff, rapper gimmick thing, whatever we're gonna do. And then I realized, then I listened to what Max does, and it's like, okay, this dude's pretty fucking good. And some of his shit's been fantastic. So, of course, it's well documented. I think it's well documented on the show. My love for Swerve and Keith Lee. So I was excited for that going into that match. Obviously, with my new liking to the Acclaimed, I did not expect that. Literally, it got to the "Oh, scissor me, daddy" chant, which fantastic. Whoever came up with that, fucking 10 out of 10. That shit's hilarious. But literally, that happened, and I looked to Joey, who's sitting next to me, and I was like,
he was sleeping.
Yeah.
He woke me up, and I was like, huh?
Yeah. I was like, look, Joey, wake up. This is the loudest chant all night. But literally,
yeah, it was.
I literally looked at him and I go, this is the loudest chant we've heard all night.
Yeah, there were like MGF at the end was pretty loud. But as far as sustained, hot, for the whole match, this was by far.
Chicago chants, loud. MJF chants, because we haven't seen him in how many months?
June.
Yeah, 2 months,
June.
something like that. We haven't seen him. Loud. That fucking "Oh, scissor me, daddy" chant. There was another one they did. I can't remember what it was. That's why I want to go back and do the rewatch.
Yeah.
But that shit was so loud. And
yeah, the whole match was hot.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, and it was a fantastic match. One of the most hype I've got for a live match.
That might be the best match I've ever seen live.
That shit was so good.
I think.
Even Bret Hart in the 80s, 90s.
Well, we can't kick you from this.
Actually, watch.
Hold on, give me a warning so I can go to the 3-man cut.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like I said, that was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a really good show, I thought, and we had the ladder match to start the show off. It wasn't like I'd say, a typical ladder match that we've seen AEW produce, because we're kind of waiting for the end and who the Joker was, and when we finally get the big the payoff, it's at the end of the show, which is kind of all what we were expecting, was the returning MJF. And how it was done, I think it was like real, like pristine. It was real nice.
I was expecting in that ladder match to get someone's gonna die in this match. We didn't get as many of the crazy high spots. We got the Andrade sunset flip power bomb on the ladder to Wheeler Yuta, and then obviously hard for us to see from our seats, but Rey Fenix's dive off of the corner outside of the ring through the tables. I don't know who he jumped on, who he landed on, if he landed on anybody.
I think it was Roosh.
Yeah, but those are probably the.
Well, I mean, Andrade almost died. Like, he was on that ladder, and then Claudio was like picking it up and trying to flip him off.
I think I looked away and missed the whatever Claudio was trying to do. Like, that's what I think I looked away and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is he trying to do with this ladder?
I missed the very end. What did he just tipped it over, didn't he?
Yeah, he tipped it over.
Tipped it sideways.
The most awkward way possible, because they still had the ladder bridge
in there.
Yeah, he put the ladder bridge, and it seemed like he was trying to lift it and then like teeter it off that other stand and have him fall over. Now that ladder was like going like every which direction, and I was like, Andrade's gonna die from this.
Yeah, because it seemed like he
landed it flat.
Because it wasn't even like a ladder bridge. It was just a ladder, and then he put it in there, and it was wedged, and like it had no other support on this side. It was literally just hanging there, and he tried to flip it, and it just did not. I don't think it did what he wanted to do at all.
Yeah.
But you guys were kind of simping over some of the lady wrestlers as well.
What? No, man.
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Motor City Machine Guns were there. Unfortunately, they lost. That was cool. Joe
I
came
mean,
back.
Everybody did that. Everybody did that. Yeah, that was good.
Joe came back. See what else happened. Anything else crazy happened? We get our first trios champions for
First trios
48
champions.
hours, maybe.
Yeah, just about 48 hours.
Jade keeping her streak alive.
Yeah, which
none of us expected. We all picked against her.
Yeah, I mean, we don't gotta go about the picks because we don't.
True.
Yeah.
I pulled them up to see here what was going on. The Christian and Luchasaurus turn again, which we all expected, but not in the way. It didn't happen in the way we expected because Christian's hurt. That we found out later.
Right.
So, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, Ricky and Powerhouse, but other than that.
Yeah, that was a quick match as well.
And then Tony winning.
I think they were pressed for time, and even when they got, which is kind of weird because when we got to the end, it kind of like lined up pretty well. But so I guess maybe they were pressed for time. So I don't know if a certain match went over and if it was what match that was. But I think Ricky Hobbs got cut a little time.
Also possibly seen Malachi Black's last match in AEW. Possibly last match.
It was.
Technically, it was. He did get his conditional release this week. Granted, everyone keeps freaking about it. He's like, oh my god, he got released. He's going to go back to WWE. No. It's a conditional release, meaning there are conditions set for his release.
Does conditional mean that there are conditions?
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. Yes.
Hey man.
So probably if he comes back, it's to AEW.
Right. Depending on when he comes back. Let's say he decides to take time off for like 4 years, and then he still has a year on his contract.
Is that? I guess this is technically different than like retirement.
Right.
I guess it's some kind of difference from retirement because I mean
it shouldn't be really because
it just kind of sounds like he's like a retirement thing. Like I see where people are confused because when they hear release, they think, but it's basically
he's relieved of all his contractual duties, but you know
he can't.
But they're like you can't go somewhere else.
Yeah,
right.
He even canceled a booking he had, an indie booking that was supposed to be this weekend. That obviously, even though it was an indie booking, he got the approval for it. He even canceled that appearance as well. So, best of luck for Malachi.
Hopefully, we see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back and whatever.
House of Black goes to the moon and doesn't get booked like shit, like they have been for as long as they have been in AEW.
Yeah. Probably most likely. Yeah, definitely Malachi's last match for the time being.
So, do you think we can keep House of Black with Buddy, Brody, and Julia Hart?
I think so. I think you can still keep going with it. Obviously Brody
put Brady
and I mean it would be cool. If they were going to sign anybody else, I don't think they're going to be signing anybody else. I think they're probably, I would say, done, but I think they're trying to realign all of their pieces and have better vision. Yeah, have better vision of what they want to do going forward. But yeah, I guess we'll kind of see how that plays out. Anything else from the show?
I think Danielson Jericho happened as well.
Yeah, that was a real. I would say that match sucked the air out of the arena. It didn't get a lot of the chance as what it was because it was a slow-tuned, technical match. It was a variation, right? It wasn't like we were getting, spot fest.
Yeah.
For like
And it was towards the end of the show, was it not?
Yeah.
And everybody was getting tired, and I think for that type of match, it's probably wrong to have it at the end. They should have had that closer to the beginning, so the crowd's just not half asleep, half tired, in a technical match like that.
You.
Yeah, because we had, towards the end, we had Jericho Danielson, we had, I think, the Jungle Boy Luchasaurus, we had the House of Black match, and then the main event, which was Punk and Moxley, and everybody was standing up for that. I mean, it's the main event.
Almost everybody.
I'm pretty. Yeah, I mean, almost. I mean, yeah. It's the guys behind you.
That's a
for it.
That's a good little transition for a little soapbox piece for me to just break off here for a second. And this is only specifically for other. You guys know kind of about this because we obviously talked about it after the show. But by chance, by some miracle, the two people that sat beside me on my left at this show, I don't know the seat numbers or row numbers or sections to give all that out. Right beside the stage, like third row up. If you're those two people, don't go to wrestling shows anymore. Just don't. Don't.
Yeah.
Just, worst kind of fan. Literally worse than any other fan. Like, we got the people chanting dumb stuff behind us, saying dumb stuff, people in front of us saying dumb stuff, and the people sitting directly next to me were literally the worst kind of wrestling fans. Just sitting there on their phones, yell for one person here and there, let's go Darby, let's go Powerhouse Hobbs. Matt Jackson, I remember, because I'm trying to think of all the people that the lady was yelling for. Matt Jackson was another one. Bucks, she really liked the Bucks. That was another one I'm going to tell you guys. I remember.
Just cheer for the guy she wanted to fuck.
Yes, 100%. That's how I consider it.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend or friend or husband, whoever was with her, also horrible wrestling fan. Like, he just wanted to sit on his phone on Twitter talking about the show instead of watching the show, and was getting mad at the people behind him for chanting.
I got whooped.
It's a fucking... Yeah, there was almost a fight because he doesn't know how to be at a wrestling show in public with people. Yeah, just don't go. Just don't go.
Yeah.
Save your money.
Just to summarize, you two people, go fuck yourself.
Pretty much.
Joey's also gonna be like that kid with the sign that kept blocking on my picture.
This little motherfucker right here, let me tell you.
Too.
He had this sign up. I don't know what the fuck it's
called. Tell about. So the first little thing everything that I just said, I think we can all stand by that one. What Joey's about to say do not let what Joey's about to say reflect the other people on the screen. Continue.
My opinions are on.
Yes.
Oh god.
No, it's this little motherfucker right here. He's probably 12. He had a sign. Probably one of 4 people in the arena that had a sign, and he was holding it up the entire time.
There weren't a lot of signs. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I noticed that because when I was looking at him all pissed off, I was like, "Who else has a fucking sign? Who brings a sign anymore? This ain't 1998." And
I mean,
I know that,
so.
I remember, and I was alive then. And one side of his sign said "Swerve in Our Glory." The other side I didn't know because he never flipped it over.
No, yeah, it did. So
what did it say?
One side was "Swerve in Our Glory," and the other one was "CM is a punk."
Is a punk, yeah.
Okay, he must have hated CM Punk.
Yeah.
More than Adam, because that's the only one side I ever saw. And even he held up the entire show. Every time I try to get a picture, he's holding it up.
They also had one that
probably what set CM Punk off.
Yeah. They also had one that said, "I want to join the Dark Order," and there was another one that they had another thing on the other side of that. And I don't remember what it was.
It was something with Cult.
Yeah,
he was a Cult fan.
See, Trigger, definitely that's his fault.
When you get CM as a Punk and then a Cult, yeah, that's why Punk
stirring shit.
But also, I think Joey posted in our chat a video of CM Punk's entrance, and the only thing you can hear over the music is Adam booing, who's like 2 people down from Joey. Also, because you were right next to Dustin, weren't you? And then Adam was down there. Yeah, so there were like 2 people, or 1 person in between you, 2 people down, and the only thing you can hear is Adam booing CM Punk. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was hilarious.
Yeah, so that's why AEW's in shambles now.
Oh yeah, because of Adam and that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The rise and fall. The fall is because of Adam.
So, little kid, I know you're probably 12 right now. When you turn 18, come find me. So I'm gonna beat your ass.
You'll be in the senior citizen home, dog.
It
Jesus.
don't matter. I don't matter. I don't care.
I don't matter.
I don't
Yeah,
matter.
you don't matter. You don't matter, Joey. You
We
don't
know that.
matter.
That kid's gonna show up, and Joey's like, "Oh shit, you actually showed up? Well, how about I beat your ass at Wii Bowling? Bring it on."
Come down to the YMCA.
Yeah.
It'd be like that
Here's-
meme where it's
here's
like,
the
call the
address.
ambulance. I go, call the
Yeah,
ambulance, but
fucking
not for
hang
me.
out.
Put it for me.
Pocket sand. So.
Pocket salt.
Pocket
Stupid.
salt. Yeah.
But anyway,
Fire.
yeah. But yeah,
Fire.
so anyway, fuck that kid too. So after the show,
All right.
Yeah, did
We
anything
get-
happen after the show?
All right. We can talk about Brawl Out now.
There are
yeah.
a million reports. Which one are we going to talk about?
the true one.
AG report.
There's no such thing right now.
We're gonna have to like cliff note the shit out of all of this, but it all started with the press conference, the media scrum. Punk was set to start it off. Instead of setting up what would be his future feud with MJF, he started talking about.
I read somewhere that said this seemed rehearsed, and he
Yeah.
intentionally sought out that reporter.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, because that's
All
what
right, go ahead.
that's what I was before that, because I know we kind of mentioned that, and that's what I remember putting the media scrum on in the car on the way back, and Punk just started talking, because I remember I was like had to fast forward fucking like 13 minutes into it, because I watched it, like I said, the next day. I had to fast forward 13 minutes into it, and then whenever I finally got to the beginning, I had to rewind a couple, like, to get it right. And then it was like it started, and Punk was already talking, and I was like, did I miss the question? And so I had to rewind. It's like, no, there wasn't. I didn't hear a question that was either. I don't know if a question was asked and just wasn't broadcasted, or if Punk just went. And like I don't know if it was a thing that, like you said, it was scripted. Punk wanted to do it, and he was ready to do it.
Yeah, so he brought up all of the his former friendship relationship with Colt Cabana. Well, he refused to call him by his gimmick name, called him by his real name, Scott Colton, and all of the drama and beef that has transpired within AEW, and why there seems to be a divide in the locker room because of his past relation with, I don't know, Colt. We're just gonna call Colt. We won't shoot on Colt Cabana or Scott Colton, let's say. So that was brought up. If you don't know the past history, it's out there. We don't need to talk about it. Is one thing that continuously is brought up when in AEW with Colt and Punk, and how they hate each other and they don't want to be near each other.
I have a quick question before we drill it. The pipe bomb, like the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
Punk says hi, Colt Cabana. They were still friends at that point, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't. It wasn't until when Punk walked out. At that point, Colt was already released from the company, and then he went on his podcast and talked about all of the mismanagement and mistreatment Punk had to deal with. One was to that one doctor that was a piece of shit who misdiagnosed every wrestler in the locker room. Wrestlers had staph infection, and he's like, "Oh, just put a band-aid on it and go wrestle out there," which is obviously pretty, disgusting and hazardous to a lot of people.
Painful.
And painful, yes.
I mean,
And
that's just straight up malpractice from a doctor at that point, right?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
Punk had a staph infection on his hip.
yes,
It's like the main spot you take bumps as a wrestler. You
Right.
know, kind of.
so
That had to hurt like hell.
that was one thing amongst other things of creative and booking with Vince and Triple H, yada yada yada. So he wanted to sue WWE and that doctor specifically for malpractice. He said, you could do this as well with me. and sue WWE for whatever reasonings, of mistreatment to any regard. Okay, so fast forward a little bit. If they go through it, um, Colt, I think he chickened out. I can't remember all of it, but he didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's
He
getting really expensive.
Right, it was getting too expensive, and at this point, Punk was already paying for everything. He's like, "I'll pay for your lawyer. I'll pay for everything." It got to a point where he's like, "I don't want to do this anymore."
Punk was paying
And
for
backs
a
up.
lawyer against him.
No, he was
No.
paying a lawyer for
for-
Colt,
Against
Colt
WWE.
and him.
Yeah,
against
because they got
WWE.
sued or countersued.
Right.
Okay, I'm caught up. Never mind.
And Colt backed out. He said no. And so Punk was like, "Okay, well then I'm gonna stop fucking paying for you. Like I'm not gonna do this shit if we're not gonna go through with it. Fuck it." So Colt decided to sue Punk. Punk countered-sued Colt for everything, all the money that he wanted, because he wanted to be done with him. He wanted to be done. He didn't want to deal with him anymore. He offered him money. Colt said he wanted more money, and yeah, the drama continued. They find out when in the countersuit, Colt had his bank account tied to his mother as well. That's why he
Marsha?
wanted to back off. You didn't go that far, Joey, but okay, yeah. So, yeah, things just got really ugly at that point. From that perspective, I totally understand why Punk doesn't want to
Yeah.
be talking about this anymore. In this scenario, I back Punk 100%.
Yeah.
Totally fine. I understand the reasoning. However, I also understand the reasoning of people who may stick up for Colt because they're his friend. Totally get it. You want to stick up for your friends.
I mean,
Whatever.
It's cool to be wrong here and there.
Right. It is. But it's like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
right, there's just why? Like why? Right? There's like it's just like why?
So,
Why bother?
He had a good point in his going off of whatever he did. He had a good point.
Yes.
Why am I'm a grown ass man still talking about this? I shouldn't
Yes.
be talking about this.
He's got a point there. What he doesn't have a point with, what I don't agree with, is everything after. One thing that he was bringing up, the one thing he brought about MJF was he didn't like Tony having him work with pricks all of the time.
Yeah,
And
see, there was
young guys who think that they know everything
Yeah.
about the business. And then went into further of the whole the grass isn't always greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it, and Max just shits all over everything he does and shits where he eats. Okay, whatever.
So I took the Mac stuff as more of the work side of it. Like if everything,
yeah, it easily
everything's
could
the
be.
shoot, I took the Mac. I didn't take the Mac stuff personally. Like obviously, I didn't take any of it personally, but like from the wrestling point of view of it, like
Yeah.
I didn't take that as him still shooting on Colt and everybody else. I took that
Right.
as now he's but I mean, I also could be completely fucking wrong because the way that he was looking at Tony when somebody asked about MJF, the way he was looking at Tony looked fucking real. Like he fucking hated Tony and was about to hit Tony in the face because
Yeah.
Tony keeps bringing these people back.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's that. His beef with Hangman.
Wait, hold on.
Um,
Beef with who?
You dumb cowboy bitch!
Okay, just make sure we get that in there.
okay. He's got beef with Hangman. I still kind of don't. I mean, besides the whole promo and going into business for yourself, and they're both
I need
doing
to-
it.
I need to go back and watch Hangman's promo of what he actually said.
What? From what I read, it's Sasha Banks and Sasha Banks and Naomi's fault because when they walked out,
What?
hang on, not their fault, but when they walked out, somebody tweeted something, and Punk said something. Anyway, that made Hangman say something or whatever. So then Hangman said something about
no,
the
no
promo.
matter what happens, you stick up for your coworkers or whatever bullshit.
yeah,
That
Punk
tweet.
tweeted that. Yeah.
Yeah, that tweet.
Yeah.
So I'm missing Hangman said something in to the lines of, well, I mean, Punk is a bold-faced fucking piece of shit liar because
Right.
he won't stick up for anybody in the locker room. unless you have the same opinion
Well, I mean,
and mindset as of Punk. Um, I mean, yeah, I guess I could see that, but I also think, with Hangman being part of Dark Order without being part of Dark Order, Holt was always there. So it's easy to be like, okay, as soon as you heard the whiff of, oh shit, CM Punk is coming back to wrestling, I would think from Colt's perspective, I'm gonna do everything I can to not fucking make that happen.
yeah.
So I'm gonna say whatever I have to say to people to make them believe me and not believe him, and already put in people's mind that they are already going to hate Punk coming in.
Your typical workplace drama bullshit.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I can see from that perspective.
Where
I don't
fucking
know.
hate Glinda in accounting because she's a bitch. Yeah, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Yo, shout out Glinda in accounting. Where...
yeah, you dumb bitch.
But like Hangman and backstage, like Punk, he was like trying to give everybody advice, and if they wouldn't listen to him, he'd get pissed off. And Hangman didn't want to take his advice for whatever the advice
Apparently
was.
Hangman's not taking any advice from anybody. He's just trying to murder.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he said he's doing just fine without it.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, well, that's his own fault. Like, and for people, if Punk's giving the advice, if he doesn't want to take it, fuck, okay, whatever. I mean, you go on with your life. You don't fucking be like, oh my god, you want to fuck? I've been doing this for fucking 50 years. You should be listening to me. It's like if you, and here's the thing, he always keeps comparing himself to like Terry Funk, to be like, well, you have Terry Funk in your fucking, roster, your locker room, and he's on your roster. You don't think you're gonna fucking ask him on his opinion on life and the way you do things? I mean, if I don't have the same fucking hardcore mentality style that is Terry Funk, no, I'm not, because that's not my fucking thing. Yeah. So it's like I get it. I get it.
Stone Cold would listen to like Pat Patterson or whoever, in 1998. So I mean, you're never.
But you're not
too big to listen to advice.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I totally 100%. You're never too old, too young to accept and receive recite and give.
I think more of what AJ's saying is that fucking Big Show's not going to go to Rey Mysterio for advice.
Right.
More or less on wrestling styles, on match psychology and like how to.
That could have been what the advice was.
True.
I mean, it also could have been the one and only discussion that they've had is for their match. Is also for their match that they had at Double or Nothing. Yeah. It could have been just for that because that's the only time that they've actually fought. So it's like, well,
and then it's
Punk,
also,
you're going to be winning the belt. Why the fuck would I care about anything you have to say?
And then it's also it could be that, and then I mean there are a million options because it could be that Hangman went out there and did the went into business for himself part of his promo and did not mean anything malicious by it at all, was just trying to make good heat or make a good show or something like that, and then Punk took it personally. There's that possibility that Hangman didn't mean anything malicious by it and Punk took it malicious. So I mean there's that aspect too. Or there could be the thing where Hangman's Hangman's a dumb Hangman's a dumb cowboy bitch and he shouldn't have done it in the first place and none of this shit would happen. If Adam Cole was
champion. Joey, that fucking locker room is a bunch of fucking snowflakes. That's what Joey's
exactly.
A bunch of snowflakes. Everyone's a bunch of fucking snowflakes, and they take things too fucking personally. Everyone keeps saying it's a fucking business. It's a business. Fucking make it work. One thing also that Punk went on to say, they EVPs are stepping on their own dicks. He thinks that all of the EVPs.
Did you guys see where somebody said that was actually a term of endowment?
Endearment?
No.
Yeah, yes, it's a endowment. Oh, yeah.
Endowment.
Well, yeah, that's,
somebody was trying to say it's a good thing. You're like, hey, man, you're stepping on your dick, I mean, that's probably a good thing.
Right.
So, they're stepping on their own dick.
The one thing I was going to say is, like, the difference in, because that was one of the biggest things I've seen this weekend, or this week after Brawl Out, was the video of CM Punk literally a year ago saying, oh my god, there's so much young talent back there that I'm so excited to work with. I'm pretty sure he named names at that point, didn't he?
He did. He named...
cut out of that clip.
Yeah, someone found the tweet and they're like, they found the tweet that he had said back in 2020 or whatever it was, 2021, where he's like, I would like to work with Bucks and Omega. I think it would be really cool to work with the Bucks and Omega.
But
So it could be a fucking work.
oh yeah, I'm still 50-50 at this point. I'm still 50-50, but I think it's because there's the clip of him after when he came back the first time when he came back, and he's talking about how good it is to be back and all the young talent in the back that he's ready to work with, that he's ready to that gave him his fire back for wrestling and all this kind of stuff. And literally fast forward a year later, he's talking about he's wrestling all these young pricks that think they know more than what they actually do and all this kind of stuff. It's like, yo, a year makes a hell of a difference apparently. So
Apparently, and he thinks the Bucks were ones that were leaking a bunch of dirt sheet information and try
I
to
know you said
blow
that,
out things.
You said that was confirmed. It was confirmed that the Bucks, like I think Dave said, the Bucks didn't do it.
Yeah, Wrestling Observer Meltzer and Alvarez, they're like, yeah, so this leaked information that people are talking about between what's going on in the back, the locker room, none of the stuff that they've received or none of the stuff that they talked to actually ever came from the Bucks.
Do we? I mean, obviously they're probably not going to say who it came from.
Oh yeah, they're not going to do that, but they're like, yeah, nothing that we've, have reported on have ever come from the Bucks or Kenny.
Yeah.
So when it comes to
And that's
everything after is done with his portion of the media scrum, he went back to his locker room.
yeah. That's the sad thing is literally we have no idea, and we'll probably never know who actually did that. It literally could have been Colt Cabana himself saying, "Hey man, Punk's trying to get me fired. Don't say anything."
Could have been.
Could have been anybody.
It literally could be anybody. Yeah.
Could have been nobody. Somebody that's not in the business. Could be somebody that's not. I mean,
Adam.
I would hope that they
Adam.
vet their sources. Somewhat, but I mean, it could have been somebody fucking in catering. Hey man,
Could have been.
Hey, that fucking that Cole or that CM Punk guy. He's talking about a lot about that Cole Cabana guy. I think he wants to get him fired.
Right.
Send it to Dave Meltzer.
Yeah. So, getting the two sides, right? Two sides of every coin. Two sides of the story of, from a Ace, Steel, and Punk perspective. And they've already gone on to say, when they said kick down the door, they meant it as a turn of a phrase and not literally the Bucks came to my door and kicked it down.
They fucking worked Joey on that one.
Yeah. So
they said kick the door.
In Joey's mind,
literally
in Joey's mind, they fucking super kick partied that door.
In the first report, that's what they said. Is they're like, oh, yeah, they came and they barged in, they kicked my door down. An altercation happened. Bucks and Punk got heated. They got physical with each other. Ace Steel showed up. Ace throws a chair at Nick Jackson. And then part of the report of him getting into an altercation with Kenny, and that was from their side of things.
And Larry's okay.
Hey, shut the fuck up! I'm getting to there, you fucking idiot. Then we get the Elite side where, the Bucks took the liberty of, in their meeting that they had last week with the talent, where Punk was like, hey, my door is open. The drama that says I am not responsive or available or visible enough for everybody, I have an open door policy. So the Bucks took the liberty of being like, hey, let's go. I'm talking like, what the fuck is going? Like, what are you saying?
Hey man,
like, we aren't doing those things.
Let's kick it.
Right. So they knock on the door. They open it. They go in. Punk wasn't having it because of getting staples from bleeding, or like the doctor was working on him with whatever the injury that he has, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Getting some rehab, whatever. He didn't want to have any conversation, especially with the Bucks after the scrum and the things that he said. There is the idea that Punk started swinging at Matt Jackson, and Ace showed up. His wife was in the locker room, so he's like, I need to protect my wife. 100%, yeah,
So
that's
let's
what you
start
should be
throwing
doing.
chairs around.
And yeah, right. And Larry was going crazy, so Kenny took Larry out of the situation, got him to a safe place. He came back
Fucking
to
get
help
back
the
in.
Bucks, to help the Bucks and everything as things got a little rowdy and heated. And then that's when Ace, I don't know what gives you the liberty to fucking bite another man. Like that's fucking stupid.
Hey, AJ, update. Nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing
that's
gives
true.
you
I
the
mean,
liberty to. I don't know why the fuck that's your first
Joey.
response.
I mean, Joey, what the fuck? You would probably do
He
something.
thought it was
And he's
Morbin time.
and he started pulling Kenny's hair. People got
Jerry,
involved.
Jerry.
Pat
Yeah, he
Buck,
got his fighting style from Jerry Springer. He threw a chair, pulled hair, and bit. That's,
Pat Buck got involved. Daniels got involved. Cutler got involved. Nakazawa got involved
That's what's
to
crazy
go
to
out
me
and
is those
separate
people
them.
how those people got suspended.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's more of if
I guess it's a
if
cover
there
all your
is
bases kind
yes,
of thing.
if there's an investigation that's going on, which there is, because legal actually saw everything go down, everyone's just gonna automatically get the suspension.
Speaking of that, if legal saw it, shouldn't it be pretty open and shut?
yeah, it was the number, like Tony's number 2. Is that
Yeah.
Mega something or other?
Yeah.
The
So-
vice
Legal.
president and chief legal officer.
Yeah, so shouldn't it at that point it be just an open and shut case?
I mean,
Because I feel like you should talk to that person. I feel like you should talk to that person, and then I guess you quote unquote unbiased people that are trying to break it up, like Christopher Daniels. I feel like he's a pretty trustworthy person you can talk to about what's going on and stuff like that. I feel like you should talk to those people about whatever. But also, if fucking the head of legal seen it, kind of pretty open and shut in my case. So if she's seen I think it's a she. If she's seen it all and
Yes.
it's everybody got suspended. I mean, it's kind of.
yeah, I mean, yeah, so they get the suspension on Dynamite this week. Cody, bruh. Tony was going to address everything, and he stripped everybody. He stripped the trios titles from the Elite. He stripped Punk. Granted, in Punk's case, the dude's fucking injured. He probably tore his pec. And
He tore his left tricep.
but they were saying tricep, but they don't know if it was his tricep. It was
But
something. in his
I read
eye.
a recent report that says his tricep. Let me see, I'll see if I can find that again.
I've heard tricep, bicep, pectoral, but he's gonna be out. He's gonna need surgery again, and he's gonna be out 6 to 8 months. So already we were going to vacate the
Rumble.
title there.
The Brian
That's what
Alvarez reported 56 minutes ago. Punk was not in there all by himself. There were multiple people in the room. Young Bucks didn't come into the room alone. They came in there with head of legal.
Interesting.
That's kind of a bitch move to go in there.
I mean,
Like taking the principal with you when you go in there.
I mean, not really. It's kind of
It's a bitch
pretty-
move.
it's
No,
actually-
it's a bitch move.
It's actually a smart move, I would say.
No, it's a bitch move.
Joe, shut the fuck up, okay? You've been anti-Bucks this whole time.
That's a bitch move.
Well, also
You think he's going to do something
you're
where you got to
anti
have the
that
head of
12-year-old
legal.
Going to
kid,
talk.
Joey.
The whole
No.
going to
Then
fight.
call him. If you think he's going to fight where you got to have the head of legal,
The
Call
head of
him.
legal isn't there for a fight. Why would you bring
If you
the head
think-
of legal for a
Yeah.
fight?
exactly. If they think that Punk's going to do something, they need the head of
They
legal.
don't think Punk's going to do something. That's
Then
the
why
whole
they bring
point.
head of legal?
Because it's a conversation. Legal should be there for a conversation.
No.
Especially for the comments that he just made.
Yes, the borderline slanderous
Send an email.
comments of where you could literally, in a real world situation, you could probably sue someone for defamation of what the
You
things that he
send
said.
a strongly worded email.
No,
You
you
start
don't.
off
Shut
with
the fuck up.
per my last email.
No, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So stupid. No, the Bucks took head of legal because it's fucking illegal. It could turn into a illegal situation, not a
Which
fight.
now it has.
Exactly.
Well, now it has.
Yeah.
Joey's like,
Yeah.
good.
Illegal as soon as they went in there and kicked the door down.
Shut the fuck up.
So,
Your age is
I mean, if they
showing.
didn't do anything wrong, then why ain't they got belts? Why didn't we see them Wednesday?
But why did Christopher Daniels get suspended? Why did Pat Buck get suspended? Exactly.
might have
Shut the
done.
fuck up.
They were probably in on it too.
Shut the fuck. You're so
You know, I did read like as soon as it went down, Omega he grabbed the dog and then tried to get it out, and the VP, what was her name, Mega, she took the dog, and so she wasn't in there when it was all going down.
I was waiting for him to fucking swerve some kind of. Oh yeah, Kitty took the dog and then he broke its fucking neck.
No, the dog's fine. He's a dog person.
Took the dog
good
and
guy.
ate. Damn, Joey, what the fuck?
What?
Shut the fuck up, Joey.
Oh, he took the dog and took it out, but then I guess the lady, she took,
I set it loose. It's like, go away.
yeah.
Left it outside.
He
Jeez,
took the
Joey.
dog and just fucking punted it.
Whoa.
I was waiting
Yeah.
for Joey to swerve some kind of shit like that, of like trying to make the case worse for the Bucks, and Kenny like, oh yeah, fucking Kenny picked up the dog and then he fucking stabbed him
Oh,
3
yeah.
times.
Jeez. All right. Well, Punk's injured. Makes sense. They're going to vacate the title. Thank God they didn't go about the whole interim approach, because the dude's going to be out 6 to 8 months. Besides that, Christian Cage, shoulder injury, out 6 to 9 months. Just got to throw that in there because we're probably going to fucking forget about him. We were going to crown a new AEW World Champion at Grand Slam. They've got a tournament of champions going on right now.
Horrible bracket.
What?
But that's a horrible bracket, but fucking Hangman
Yeah.
lost, so let's fucking go.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it is a pretty shitty bracket, but whatever. New trios crowned. Death Triangle versus the Best Friends.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why they have to be best friends in Orange Cassidy. They're
I
all
noticed
best
that as
friends.
well.
I hate that with a fucking passion.
I
I
noticed
was
that
like,
as well.
they're a group. Just call them the
But,
best
like,
friends.
Yeah, it should have just, like when Tony was talking about it should have just been, oh, we're gonna crown new trios champion. It's gonna be the Best Friends versus Death Triangle. It's like,
Right.
no, oh, you know, it's gonna be Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends, and then it's gonna be the All Atlantic Champion Pac and one of the best tag teams we have, Lucha Brothers.
Great match,
Yeah.
by the way. That was a great match,
Oh, yeah.
by the way.
It was a good match. And I would have been easily okay with either team winning
Yeah.
because they both deserve it.
Yes.
They're both pretty workhorses for the division and the company. But hey,
Also,
Death Triangle gets the dub. Pac is a 2
more
Holden
belts
belt
on
champ.
Pac means I can't complain with more belts on Pac. Can't complain.
Well, more belts on Pac mean he won't be on TV anymore.
Probably. Very, very true. Good chance.
But I think it's a good way also to help build that division as well. They're a good best trio right now that they can easily build that division around and have great matches with anybody. So we'll see kind of what comes from there. Tournament right now, Jericho and Mox have buys, and we're just waiting to see who they're going to be facing next. We did have Hangman versus Danielson. Danielson wins. Danielson sets up his next match with Jericho, which is again now going to be a all-out rematch. I will have to say, with these suspensions, Tony needed the star power, so he called Jericho and Moxley, who were not scheduled to be there,
Mox
show up at
mentioned
last
it.
minute.
I went back and watched Mox's promo. He mentioned he was supposed to be on vacation.
And for those who don't like Moxley, Dustin, you dumb bitch, Mox has been MVPing it for AEW for the last year.
Yeah.
I just gotta say kudos to Moxley, whether you hate him or you like him as a wrestler or a competitor or whatever reason. He's really carried the company and put the company on his back and went out there and was just like, all right, as much as I would love being on vacation with my family, you know, here being the face of the company, you know,
Said he was
getting the morale back up.
Said he was literally embarrassed. I was expecting him, which I understand why he didn't. I was expecting him to go a little more into on that side of it, but the way he went with it, hey, fantastic. Good job.
I mean, there's no need to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody fucking knows what happened.
Yeah.
For him to say that he was embarrassed says it all.
Yeah.
Granted, yeah, it's Moxley. Moxley kind of doesn't give a shit about anybody and whatever. But it's like, I think that says something. If someone who doesn't give a shit about you, is gonna work and will beat the living shit out of you in a match, says they're embarrassed of what's going down, says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They did have a pre-show meeting with talent and personnel. Jericho, Danielson, and Moxley led that from a roster perspective. There's nothing that has been said of what has came out of that conversation.
And your new
But I think
EVPs of AEW.
those would be the three that I would say like, these are the
100%.
people that
To
I want
lead?
leading.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. I'm 100%
Yeah.
in on that. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I think, and we don't know how long the suspension is for the elite. As for Ace Steel, we don't know any. I have a feeling we're recording this right now, and tomorrow we're probably
yeah.
gonna find something out.
Oh, yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So we'll see.
We are recording this Thursday, September 8th at approximately 7:40 Central Time. So that just gives a timestamp on when we're recording to when news breaks at on September 8th, approximately 9 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yeah. 9 o'clock Central Time when news breaks of Ace Steel's been fired, CM Punk's been fired. We'll see the Elite will be back in a month.
It's gonna be real interesting to see, with this 6 to 9 months, if
Punk is done.
if they decide to keep Punk. Obviously, everyone's like, well, he needs to make huge strides in making amends with everybody. Will he? Maybe. I think there's a possibility. There's always a possibility. It's not always going to be a no.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're willing to take the chance
On this happening
post surgery and everything being okay again.
Well, if Hangman keep his fucking mouth shut.
You keep your fucking mouth shut.
I think probably is best for all involved.
You keep your mouth shut too, Joey.
And that is a left tricep per Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
But just like I reported originally. But
all right, Joey Meltzer. Calm down.
Yeah. But I think it's best if Punk just leaves.
Well, that's what everyone thinks.
That's maybe fire Hangman too, just cause.
Hell yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
Do a trade.
You did that to get a reaction out of me.
Do like a trade with New Japan. Say, look, give us Will. We'll give you.
Fuck yeah,
give
dude.
you this stone cowboy bitch right here.
Yeah, and I'll fucking give you something. I'll give you something.
We'll give you Joey.
Hell yeah.
You can have Logan and train him up.
I gotta think about it.
He can be a young lion.
He's a young boy.
Yeah.
He can be yeah.
Young boy.
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I mentioned to you guys. Like, my hate for Hangman started as a work and kind of ended up as a fucking shoot. Like, I kind of fucking hate that guy. Like, I just didn't like him because obviously he went up against one of my guys and beat him. And then, I kind of have that little thing going right now. Fuck it. I've kind of just really started not like that guy.
I was going to say something I completely forgot.
Oof.
Because Joey started fucking spewing nonsense out of his stupid ass mouth over there. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think everyone is pretty much like, yeah, this. Oh, now okay. So Punk had also always mentioned. Here's the thing. Punk coming back was great for business. Obviously, they made a lot of money. Ratings may have gone up more. He kept mentioning he was the first $1 million draw for them, which is true, but I hate that you keep bringing it up. He's like, this is a business. I made them their first $1 million sold out show. I was like, okay, but you don't throw that in people's faces
Yeah.
all the time about it.
One, you don't do that because you're not the only card. Yeah, you're the main event.
Right.
But when a fucking tag team title match in the middle of the card has everyone more hyped than your match, maybe chill out on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, yeah, everybody was standing up for that whole
Yeah,
the
yeah.
whole main event, but it's also the main fucking event. Their chants weren't as a CM Punk chant in Chicago was not as loud as a "Oh Scissor Me Daddy" chant. So, I mean,
Yeah, I say he probably had his feelings hurt when MJF got a bigger, pop than he did.
well, I mean, also,
Well, you work that in the feud.
yeah,
like,
exactly.
Right.
Just work it in the feud.
Plus, he should know also a returning wrestler.
Right. It's
It's gonna
always
get
going to get a big pop.
Right.
Especially with
Right.
someone as controversial and as quote unquote over. I mean, he's a heel, but over as MJF.
Yeah.
So, like if you look at the AEW roster, there's a few people. I don't think there's a lot of people that could go to a different company and be successful, especially WWE. MJF is one of those people.
Well, seems like he's made for WWE.
You can't flip people off on WWE.
Stone Cold. Hello.
Not now.
In
It's
the
still PG
fucking-
era.
Yeah, exactly.
He did it anyway.
20 years ago.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, 20 years ago. That was also WrestleMania. That's also not
He-
fucking national TV.
He relies on
And
the
he also
customer.
Stone Cold also got in trouble for that.
He did it anyway.
I mean, yeah, but he fucking got in trouble for it.
Yeah.
He's like
Also,
Snowflake.
MJF isn't Stone Cold, so chill that out too.
Let's say Stone Cold.
That was your comparison.
I'm just saying that he was flipping off also.
You mean one of the best and probably most favorite
Right.
professional
The-
wrestler in history?
The most famous bird flipper of all time.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. MJF still a what is the young line version of a person flipping people off? That's still MJF compared to Stone Cold. But it was also him hugging Taz and then flipping off. I'm just say he flipped off Tony. I don't know if he flipped off Excalibur too, but I'm gonna say he flipped off Tony.
Why would you flip off Excalibur? He does nothing wrong.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He flipped off Tony. He hugged Taz and flipped off Tony.
Yeah.
And yeah, Excalibur looked at Tony like, yeah, Tony, you dumb bitch. It just didn't pick it up on the
Pretty much.
microphone.
Pretty much. He was like, dumb bitch.
Also, speaking of that, I guess we can kind of transition that into Dynamite. Fantastic work by MJF on the microphone. Fantastic work by Moxley on the microphone.
Yeah, that was good. Good stuff.
It's funny because fucking MJF actually baited AJ into fucking babyface MJF, and I was like,
I knew the
I
thing
don't
was
know
gonna happen.
what the
I'm
fuck.
waiting for the turn.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is going on? And then I thought he was going to leave, and then it was fucking Moxley coming out that set him off, and it was like, okay, here we go.
He did it later than I thought he would, because
Oh, yeah.
when he was doing it, I was watching it with my wife, and I told her, I said, watch, he's fixing to, so he's baiting the crowd,
Oh, yeah.
cheering like he's fixing to turn on them, and
I
they're
mean, he
fixing to
even
put
had his
the shit out
little
of him.
moment where he was like, okay, it's time to address the elephant in the smelly elephant in the room, and I don't mean you, ma'am. And then,
Yeah.
and then it was like, oh, I'm just kidding, you're gorgeous. I'll see you after the show. Or something stupid like that. It was fucking great.
Let's see. Besides,
Hey, Braun Strowman returned this week, too.
yeah, I was like, besides
Yeah.
Brawl Out, we had.
So not only is AEW in shambles, for your narrative is also.
Is this still alive?
I mean, it's been in shambles since its inception,
Yeah.
Joey.
Yeah.
Like,
Have they had a show?
They
What's
had
your promotion, Joey?
one that I know
They
of
have
for
more.
sure.
probably one. They still had tour dates and everything
Yeah,
set up.
I know.
So.
I just seen a post. Hold on, let me pull that up. I just seen-
EC3 did talk about him going back. I didn't read it because I didn't care. But Strowman's back. He came back on Raw. But apparently he's going to be part of SmackDown. He's going to be on SmackDown tomorrow as well. But he will be a SmackDown roster going forward. Dom joins Judgment Day. No surprise. Rhea turned him into a man.
I thought that was
Dom,
funny.
yeah, lucky bitch. Gargano is gonna be in return in-ring return next week. Kind of like the first time we've ever fucking heard or seen anything that they wanted to do with Gargano since returning. And Tommaso Ciampa is Tommaso Ciampa again.
Yep.
He got his name
Yeah.
back.
Give him his music back too.
Yes.
As for Butch, they said there are no plans of giving him Pete Dunne back.
Bullshit.
Really.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about if they were gonna do it, they would have done it already. But because he's still part of the Brawling Brutes or whatever they're called, I
Oh, and Butch Dunn at least.
mean that would work really.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll also see on SmackDown if Imperium is going to be back as a full group, because Vinci did show up in support at Clash of the Castle. So it'll be interesting to see if he's going to be one of the first call-ups post NXT Worlds Collide as well. So
Okay. I found the thing. So they have a wrestling show planned, Control Your Nerve Awakening in Quebec. That is October 7th. They even have a Control Your Nerve Pro Wrestling tryout and seminar.
Joey's going.
Friday, November 18th.
Yeah, Joey's going.
It's in Chucky, Tennessee. How far is that?
Kentucky, Tennessee.
Chucky, like the scary movie.
Yeah, I never heard of it.
But you can meet Austin Aries will be there. EC3
Fuck that
and
No,
dude.
thank you.
Ricky
Fuck
Morton.
that. Ricky Morton, he's like, I fucked that dude.
I thought he's dead.
Well,
Damn, Joey.
Oh, really? I did. I thought he
apparently
did.
not. I said he's going to be at the Pro Wrestling Tryout and Seminar for Control Your Narrative.
Well, it's funny because
Yeah,
EC3
the
made the
same, yeah.
post about the Titan Adam Shear leaving, and I said it's okay because you're gonna have Joey debut for you guys to replace the Titan.
They have something called Control Your
It's like
Narrative.
Facebook didn't like that comment and took it down too. I'm just
Probably.
kidding.
He got banned again. And they have a thing called Control Your Narrative Weekly, is an intimate insight into harsh reality of the narrative. Hosted by professional wrestler and fitness influencer EC3 and his creative partner JC the Narrator.
The fuck?
Focus on filmmaking, music, health/fitness, and most importantly, the desolate wasteland that is the professional wrestling industry.
Yeah, you're the dust.
Nobody going on that shit.
But we can't
You're
put on a show, but we'll sit there and you talk and you can pay us that way.
Yeah.
Basically.
We're using all this money to put on our show.
Yeah.
It's in a fucking janitor's closet.
What is this? Hold on. That was 2 days ago. I think that this is gonna be old. Just got a random thing.
It's going to be at a Legion Pit somewhere in Kansas or something.
Okay, I don't know.
Gonna be in Manila.
I'm not sifting through that. I got a random Google alert thing that said another AEW person was suspended, but it was 2 days ago, so who cares? But yeah, I think that's it. We don't have anything else, do we?
Oh, not really. That's it.
Hey, good job,
Hey.
WWE, keeping your head low. Oh, Pat McAfee taking a break from WWE
Oh,
commentating.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
He wanted to do both at first.
He did, and would have probably fucking died. And WWE, according to him, WWE told him no, and not told him no like he can't, whatever he can't. They said, hey, no, fucking, don't be insane. Just go do College Game Day. It's a massive opportunity for you. You're welcome back here whenever.
Yeah, after the season, but could they just move him on, put him on Raw? Or is it like a contract with Fox or something?
I
don't know.
I mean, they probably could, but I don't. You know.
Because he could do Monday night.
Yeah, but don't. Because I think he's just better with Michael Cole, and it's just him and Cole. Like I don't think it would be the same if you say you swap him and Corey. I don't think it would be the same as with him with Jimmy Smith and Byron and Pat that it is with Cole and because Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, they've come a long way because, when Pat did that pre-show in WrestleMania and he wore fucking suit jorts or whatever, Michael Cole fucking yelled at him and was like, I guess that was one of his first times meeting Pat. It was like, this is our biggest show. Why the fuck are you out here wearing shorts? And apparently it was a very big deal. Michael Cole berated him and yelled at him. And they've come a long way since and become actually very good friends, on screen and off screen.
Yeah, Michael Cole loves some Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, he does. And Michael Cole,
the WrestleMania commentary of his match, I was like, this dude fucking loves this guy.
Yeah, and it's great and it's funny. It works. They work well together. And then just from watching Pat McAfee show, I've seen a different side of Michael Cole as well from the few times that he's been on there. And Michael Cole, my opinion, he's fucking awesome. Michael Cole's awesome. I don't care if anybody doesn't like Michael Cole, go fuck yourself because Michael Cole's cool.
Yeah, it was always Vince hollering in his ear. Yeah.
Michael Cole as a person is fucking awesome. So, but how long is college football season? 14 weeks, something like that.
12.
Plus, I don't know if college game, because he's only on college game day on Saturday mornings.
Right.
So I don't know because he has done that before, where when he did the SmackDown show when everybody got stuck in Saudi Arabia, that's one of the most popular clips that they play, during their breaks or whatever. They don't play as much anymore, but for a while they were playing it because you see the whole process of how all of that happened, and it was literally Triple H called Pat and was like, "Hey, is there any way you can get to Buffalo to do this, to commentate SmackDown?" He's like, we all know what happened with that time where everybody got stuck in Saudi Arabia and couldn't come back. He literally called him, and Pat had no idea how to do it. He couldn't get a plane. Fucking Jim Irsay gave him his plane, the plane for the Colts. Jim Irsay was like, "Here, take it," and literally he flew to Buffalo, did SmackDown in Buffalo, got back on that plane, flew to Memphis, got up in Memphis and did College Game Day. He said 2 hours of sleep. So after all of that, and then he was like, he was gonna do both this time, and then he had talked. I don't know who he talked. He didn't say who he talked to at WWE. I'm assuming Triple H was a part of this conversation. Stephanie, I'm assuming, because he, but they told him, no, just do College Game Day. You're welcome back here whenever you get ready to come back after the season, however you want to do it. Come back. So very cool of WWE to be that way and not be, because if this was probably Vince's era, who knows if we would have got the same thing, because Pat has been a breath of fresh air. And I mean, you see the comments. Of course, when Pat first started, everybody fucking hated Pat. And I'm like, you guys are.
I don't know. Yeah, he was great from the beginning.
Oh yeah, he's great from the beginning.
Vince would have been all for him doing both.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, yes, 100%. Vince would have been like, all right, cool, see you Friday. And then how the fuck you get to Austin, Texas, or wherever the fuck you got to be? I think he's got 2 Texas. I think he's in Austin for the Texas Longhorns. You got to do a Texas A&M game next weekend. Yeah, and who knows where SmackDown is these next 2 weeks? So yeah, it would have been pretty interesting. Yeah, Vince would have been like, oh yeah, do both, or don't do either, probably. So
what do you guys think is going to replace Pat for the time being?
I think, unfortunately for Corey Graves, I think it's going to be Corey Graves. And I mean, it honestly could be Graves moves to SmackDown for now and just leave 2 men on Raw.
I don't think so. I don't think they'll have Corey double duty. I think instead what they could do is last week on SmackDown we saw Corbin potentially getting some help or guidance from this WWE Hall of Famer. And he's already been on commentary before, but what if it's JBL?
Oh, I'm down for that.
Because JBL, I think, is going to be trying to help Corbin.
Oh, give Corbin the clothesline from hell, kind of like Flair did Miz the Figure 4. Bro, Corbin doing a clothesline from hell? Hell yeah, dude.
What if, maybe...
I'm 100% down with that if JBL... people hate JBL. I know a lot of people hate JBL because he's a bad...
I didn't like JBL on commentary.
I don't mind JBL on commentary at all. I think he was... Compared to some of our other options that we've had on commentary, give me JBL on commentary. I will happily take JBL for the next 4 or 5 months.
Joey doesn't want Booker T because we know why.
Oof.
Wasn't that a good commentary? Sucker.
I don't. Maybe Booker T. I don't know.
Booker T is my favorite panel person,
Oh
though.
yeah, Booker T on
Because
the
he'll just
panel.
say some shit.
Booker T on the panel.
Watch it fucking be Sam Roberts now on fucking commentary
Yeah, I
for
don't want
some
that
reason.
either. I don't want that either. I don't think I want that. Either.
Or Peter Rosenberg or Kevin
There was a comment.
Kevin
that
Patrick.
There was a
Almost like Kevin Kelly, Joey's favorite.
There was a good old JR. There was a comment
Bruh.
that I seen on the post. I think Dustin tagged me in a post of Pat taking the break or whatever. I was kind of scrolled through the comments to see if surprisingly almost all positive for Pat. I was surprised by that because there's still people that hate Pat on commentary, which Pat talks about people hating him whenever he talks into a microphone. Anytime people hate him, but somebody said, that's all. Like I said, scroll through the comments. Somebody said, Nigel, bring Nigel back, and
Oh fuck yeah, Nigel was great.
put Nigel with Cole for this time being.
Yeah, Nigel was great in NXT
yes,
for that long time.
I loved Nigel in NXT,
and then he went back to UK. He was doing the UK show.
Oh, was he? So he's still.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was doing NXT. Oh fuck yeah, then do
Maybe not be able to do it then. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I forgot about him doing at the very beginning of NXT.
Oh yeah, Nigel and Morrow together, dude. Whew, that was a good time.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, that was one of the comments.
Or Morrow.
Yeah, I don't know if Morrow's gonna come back.
You can't have Morrow and Cole because they're two.
True.
If you think of it, right, you have to have an athlete.
Replace Jimmy Smith with Morrow. Sorry,
Fuck
Jimmy.
yeah.
Sorry, Jimmy.
Fuck Jimmy Smith.
Okay, I guess we're on the fuck
bitch.
Jimmy Smith train.
That's the bad thing about like Samoa Joe, because I really like Samoa
Fuck
Joe.
Byron Saxton too.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Hell, okay. Replace Byron with Booker T.
Okay.
Fuck.
I mean, if have Booker T as like a say crazy shit like a Jerry Lawler kind of thing, all for it. That'd be great.
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't vibe with Byron's commentary. I don't know. He just seems like
He's on this fake.
He just seems like a kick. Yeah, and he seems like a kiss ass, which I know he's supposed to be the good guy, while Corey Graves.
He seems like a like when you stay home from work and you put it on the Today Show type thing, and you have those guys sitting in the chair talking to some woman, and they're just making small talk. That's Byron.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I see where you're going.
Fake, kind of whatever,
Yeah. Okay. I got you. The fuck.
And the weather today in Chicago.
Yeah.
That kind of guy.
It's raining bullets.
Right. I don't know. Memphis got you beat lately.
No. We're not talking about that right now. That was talked about in other. We're not talking about that right now. But yeah, I think they have options. I'm good with JBL. Nigel would be great. If I didn't realize Nigel was still doing stuff with WWE, that's fantastic if he is. But I mean, even if they do something with which I don't think they should, but I mean, Wade Barrett's been great on NXT. So.
I was about to say Wade Barrett. Please no. I don't like his commentary.
Well, I don't like you.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, that's fine.
None of us like you, Joey. Shut up.
But no, I think Wade Barrett's done great, done fine. So
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm good with any of those. Don't make Corey do double duty. Let him stay on Raw and get somebody else to sub in for now. Give somebody a boatload of money. Nigel, JBL. But hell, I'm good with Booker T at this point. Give us somebody good. Don't give us somebody shitty. Give us somebody that's gonna make it fun, like Pat did. Not stand up on the stage and dance to Shinsuke's music fun, but also, hey, what the fuck's Big E doing? Put Big E on commentary while he's healing.
Yes. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
Didn't think about that.
Yeah, give him the fucking cap.
Because he may not be able to wrestle again, so that'd be a good way to keep him involved.
No, I think reports come out he's gonna make a full recovery, like 100%.
I heard last I heard it was like a full recovery, like me and you full recovery.
Moving around,
I don't know about
I don't think
wrestling
he can
taking bumps.
he can't take bumps, at least right now, because I think whatever that shit, like it wasn't hardening around those spots in his spine, the
but yeah, I mean,
vertebrae. It wasn't
wasn't-
like callousing right or something like
Big E
that.
would be so fucking fun on commentary. That would
Yeah.
be great. Hell,
Yeah.
It would be, but again, it would be like full travel though, I feel like
Yeah.
that's gonna be kind of
Well,
brutal.
But first class,
commentator
flying there,
commentator travel is different than wrestling travel, though. I would say.
Yeah, but I mean,
if you can,
Because
yeah,
really,
you don't have any other WWE duties.
you're not doing lives. You're not doing house shows because you don't have to go to house shows.
True.
So, and I mean, then basically you're showing up.
I haven't been to house shows anymore.
You're showing up for meetings. They're still doing house shows, aren't they?
Not as many.
I mean, not as many, but they're still doing them. But I mean,
Yeah.
still, that's way easier travel just to do meetings and then fly to wherever the show is and then fly home. I mean,
And then every once in a while, I'll have a pay-per-view
yeah.
to do a panel or something or whatever.
But whoever it is, hopefully they make the right decision and pick somebody great.
I think Big E.
I feel
That'd be
when,
watch it be fucking Lawler now.
Oh.
How you say that?
yeah, that's the wrong direction. Like, we're giving all of these good options. That's the wrong way.
They're like, oh, we're just gonna go with Lawler. Fuck it.
One thing I actually thought about it. One thing we probably should mention, talk about for at least like 2 minutes or something. How I know we've kind of not been. I don't think we've been very big on the shows mentioning the other companies, like the shots. I mean, they're fun while you're in person, but like AEW mentioned WWE, WWE mentioned AEW, things like that. I feel like this week was the most direct it could get with MJF. Literally,
yeah.
Nick Khan and Triple H by name. I mean, he said the game, but he kind of mentioned Cody Rhodes. I didn't really feel like that one was.
He said,
He said Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
because he called him Cody Rhodes Roller Coaster or something. However the fuck he said it. But I don't feel like the Cody name drop is that big of a deal because fucking Cody was there. But mentioning Nick Khan and the game, I feel like that was kind of like a, all right, dude, fucking holy shit.
yeah, bidding war for 2024.
Yeah, the bidding war of 2024. Yep, taking the belt to a real wrestling company. Heard that before.
With real fans.
Yeah, heard that before. Well, not the real fans part, but hey, this is what multiple companies is good for, right?
Yeah.
It's what, as the game says, it's what's best for business.
Except Impact, they're not best for
Hey,
business.
shut the fuck up, okay? There was no reason to even name them there. We get Motor City Machine Guns on an AEW pay-per-view. Hopefully we get them more often, okay? Just shut up. Let's not talk about it and let's wishful thinking. What the fuck are you laughing at?
I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay. Alright. We are done. You guys got anything else before we end?
I don't get it.
Let's good
All
week.
All right, quickly end it before Joey
Yeah.
demonetizes us and
True.
gets us canceled.
Good weekend. A lot of fun. Good wrestling. Hopefully everything blows over and AEW makes a lot of money off of this. Dustin doesn't think that. Dustin hopes they go out of business. But like I said, a lot of fun this weekend. A lot of fun with you guys. Go fuck yourselves though. Don't get too big of a head.
My head's already too huge.
What?
My head's already too big, dog.
Yeah, you salty.
Can't wear hats.
You salty bitch. We'll see you guys probably next week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. Next week's a long week away. We never know when Joey's here or there or anywhere.
Never know.
True. All right. We'll see you guys next week. We're out.